They didn't make a bad decision. They made the right decision at the wrong time. And now they cannot get out. This is a story of a couple living in Etobicoke, Polish couple. I will disclose their name. They did not want it to be on camera, but they allowed me to share the story. So the story is pretty common, I would say, within Canadians and within the period. And when I saw the actual story, when I kind of went into the deep dive of the story, nothing was wrong. Everything was fine. They did everything right. And yet they're in trouble. So let's get into the video together. All right, so these are the people. His name is Mark, 41 years old, project manager, income of $115,000. The job feels definitely stable. That's his opinion, but the environment isn't. So Anna, she's 38 years old, previously making $70,000, now not working because of 2 kids, and it doesn't make sense to pay child's daycare. So family lives outside the GTA, so it's the core maybe hour and a half to 2 hours. So this is a little bit of a headache. So she didn't step away by choice. She had to do this and stay home and take care of the kids, which actually makes sense, right? However, so the family is 2 kids, 6 and 9. The family is perfectly normal, and there is absolutely nothing abnormal about this particular situation. So the purchase was in Etobicoke, bought at the peak. The price that they paid was $1.6 million. And to be honest with you, the house, like with all due respect, it doesn't look 1.6. Like, remember at the peak, like those were those small bungalows, still 1.6 million, you know what I mean? So it's crazy, right? So the down payment they had from the previous sale, they cashed out $200,000, and then the family supported them with extra $200,000. So altogether, $400,000 down payment for this $1.6 million home in Etobicoke. So it was a family commitment at the time. Many did it. I get it. Family was growing, but what is happening now? So the mortgage, let's get into that. $1.2 million. Before it was somewhere between $4,500 and $5,000. Now it's stretching over $7,000. The plan only worked under old conditions, right? So I kept saying in my previous videos, the mortgage renewals and everything else, it can be a little bit of a pain, right? And it's not only mortgage, right? Like we have annual taxes, we have utilities that are jumping, gas, insurance, food. So everything is kind of combining for not only this particular family, but everybody else kind of being involved. So Mark and Anna, there's really no easy fix. Going back to work, daycare time and commute, it doesn't solve it. It shifts that pressure. So we have kind of talked about it. They even said like, look, what is she going to do? Bring $70K, which is awesome. Half of that she will probably spend on daycare, the commute, as she said, and taxes and everything else. So it literally doesn't make any sense, right? So the shift. Before, it seemed like that they made it. That's what they said. So because I asked, how did you feel? How did you feel at the time of the peak? They said, well, look, it was a little bit of a FOMO. No lie about that. However, they felt that they have made it. They finally fought for the home, and they have purchased in a beautiful location of Etobicoke, a beautiful $1.6 million detached home, right? Which is a burden nowadays. Anyways, so now they cannot basically carry it, right? Like that's basically the issue. So the trap: sell, loss or minimal equity, hold $7,000 a month pressure. They're not choosing to stay, they're forced to stay, right? So now obviously we're dealing with the family that they have to pick and choose, right? And it's not a matter of a luxurious decision. It's not buying a Rolex watch or not. is like, okay, so by the time we pay the mortgage and everything else, there's really literally no money for food, right? So these are the situations where they have to kind of decide what to do. And the option of selling, let's say they sell for a loss. How long will it take for a family in this condition to, let's say, go back and save $400,000 or $500,000, right? It'll take a decade. It might take even 2 decades if everything goes accordingly, right? So it is very painful. So they're staying, God help them, I don't know. So the escape thought. They thought about leaving, lower cost, less pressure. They don't want to do it anymore, just stability, right? So this is what they want. They just want to be stable and they just want to write it out. And it's hard to write out a monthly cost with negative equity. Like it's very, very painful, right? So this is the reality. They can't leave. Selling is a loss. Renting doesn't cover. Remote is risky. The house isn't the freedom. It's the thing keeping them stuck. Yeah, so it's the thing keeping them stuck, and that's what they said. So I have no idea how they will be moving this forward, right? But the system layer at the time, and I would say for a long time, was that obviously every sector or every economy needs people. So they need the buyers, they need the leverage, they need the family support, and it worked until it didn't. So now I think many families, including this beautiful family, are hitting the wall, right? And if we go back, the family did help, right? $200,000. I don't have details when it comes to, like, did they take a line of credit? Did they have the $200K in savings or whatever the case is, right? But it feels like that the candle is burning on both ends for everyone. Their family, they had to leave the core Toronto area. They had to go on the outskirts because it was cheaper a little bit, right? So they left so they could use their pension plans and their savings, and so they could make the life work in or around their lives, right? And even they gifted all that money, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars to help their kids. And now it seems like, or it is like, everything is gone overnight, right? So they have no idea. Like, they have no idea how to do it, right? And you know, the lady, you know, Anna, she was like, what am I supposed to do? If I go back, I can make it easy, but just the traveling or bringing the parents, the house is too small. The house is not of a caliber of a 2,000-3,000 square feet, so they could kind of do it. So it's messy. It's very, very messy, and many Canadians feel in this situation like I hope that there will be families that will be tough enough to be in front of the camera. If they don't want to be live, we can go on maybe a Zoom or something like that, or Viber or whatever, a video call, so we can share to the public and we can share that these are true stories. This is exactly what is happening to many Canadians, not only in Toronto GTA, I feel across the entire country. So I hope you gain some value out of this. In my opinion, this is a sad story. I know that they're fighting, but I just felt like I needed to share this. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.